friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming two eye looks with the Blend Bunny Sickly Sweet palette, and I also have the lip oil with me, so if you want to see two eye looks, see some swatches on my skin tone, and hear my first-ish impression thoughts, then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I do post pretty much every day, so highly recommend subscribing, turning on that bell so you're notified every time I post. And if you could do me one more favor, watch this video all the way to the end. It's a free way to support my YouTube channel. Thank you so much in advance. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, so it's Monday when I'm filming this. My plan is to edit and upload this video today. So happy Monday to all of you. I had a bit of an exciting weekend. We did a video with the new Fantasy Cosmetica palette on Saturday. Yesterday I posted a new makeup releases video, and I have some new makeup heading my way this week. So I'm supposed to get the new Harvest Moon palette from Ensley Rain, so I'll have a video up with that as soon as I can. We also have Blend Bunny today. I have the What's Up Beauty highlighters that I want to try out for you guys, and there's just a lot of new releases happening this week, which I think is very exciting, but I also want to say you have plenty of time to decide what you want to get. I think that's what makes YouTube so much fun, because you can watch videos from many creators that get sent this stuff in PR, so you can decide what you want to get. You know, there's no pressure, of course, to buy anything. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of encouragement today to spend some time thinking about what you need, what you want to pass on, all of the things, so that you don't make any spur of the moment decisions. Enough chit chat. I already filmed a look with this palette, so now I'm gonna film the second look. But first I want to tell you a little bit about the Sickly Sweet palette. I had so much fun reading the inspiration behind this palette, because I had the feeling it was a pastel palette, but then I was like, oh, she just did sugar and grunge, so maybe it won't be a pastel palette, but all the inspiration was definitely leaning towards like candy and stuff like that. And then we saw the two lip oils, and then she revealed this beautiful palette, and I love the inspiration behind it. So she basically said she gets requests for pastel palettes all of the time, and so she decided to kind of switch it up. And Maggie, who is the owner of Blend Bunny, she's seen a lot of brands do like the gradient layout that Blend Bunny is known for, and she's one of those people, when everybody starts doing her thing, she switches courses, and I'm totally like that, so I can relate to that as well. But this palette is so different for Blend Bunny because she has that famous like gradient layout. And I did see Instagram is Faces by Gina. She actually, I think, is a graphic designer or like a web designer, and she actually changed the layout probably with software or Photoshop or whatever people use, and she showed on her Instagram this palette laid out in a gradient. So if I can find it, I'll pop it on screen for you guys, and I will link her Instagram down below, because for some of you that like that layout, that rely on it to create your eye looks, maybe it would be good to see it in case you're trying to decide if you need this palette. I also have all of my Blend Bunny eyeshadows in front of me, so at the end we'll definitely do just like quick comparisons so you can see the palettes side by side. But basically Blend Bunny said she was inspired, of course, by like candy and unicorns and all of the things, but she wanted to add a twist, which is how she came up with the Sickly Sweet concept, which if you think about like Halloween and all the candy, and then you just eat too much candy and your belly's aching and you get a little upset because you ate too much candy, that's where she kind of attributed all the grungy shades. So I'm super appreciative of her including deepening up shades, because that's what my gripe is with a lot of pastel palettes. I personally don't love pastels on me. I just don't think it looks flattering on my skin tone, but that's a me problem, because I was literally talking with my friends the other day, and I'm like, it's not the pastels, because when I review my footage, I really like how the looks turn out. It's just I prefer to see myself in more deep tone mattes, just like how some people like to wear only black all the time, and some people love to wear colorful outfits and they hate when people wear neutrals. So it's just a preference thing, no big deal. So I have swatches of this palette that I'm gonna pop on screen, and basically I decided to swatch all of the mattes first. So you'll see an arm of matte shades and then a arm with a few matte shades because I ran out of room, of course. So then I swatch some mattes and then I swatch all of the shimmers together. The shimmers in this palette are absolutely beautiful shades. There are some beautiful duochromes in this palette, so I think they pair really well with the shadows. And yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to say about the palette. So let's go ahead and roll into the first look I filmed with this palette. Okay, we're gonna film a look with the Sickly Sweet palette. I kind of want to do something pink purple. That's just what I'm feeling today. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, I do have a Blend Brownie brush from their Forget Me Not collection. And I'm gonna go into this shade called Rosy Cheeks right here. It's like a pretty bright pink shade. And I'm just gonna run that on the crease. You know, usually I can't blend shades like this. I just have to pack them on. But I will say I used a big fluffy Blend Bunny brush and I still feel like that shade looks really legit in the crease. Okay, next we're gonna go into the shade called Frills and Thrills, or Trills. It's this purpley shade. I'm like heavily being inspired by the shirt I have on today. It's a Van Halen. It's a Van Halen shirt. I may have been one of those kids that totally picked it up because I love all the colors and not so much because I listen to the band. But have you guys seen that meme? It says like you can't buy a band tee unless you know the name of the band or like some of the songs they sing. Yeah, I'm definitely guilty of having band tees where sometimes I don't know the band. Okay, I ended up just using that all over the lid and a little bit on the outer corners. And then what I love about this palette is that they included deepening up shades. So I'm going to go into the shade called Spooky and we're going to just apply it in the outer corner. Okay, I really enjoyed this brush from the BK Beauty Hot and Flashy collection. This is A504. And it's like a teeny tiny blending brush that works so well in my outer corner. Okay, I think that's good for now. I'll figure out the shade Spooky a little bit later. I want to apply the shimmer and see how it looks. So I'm going to grab a Sigma. This is the large shader. This is massive. And I'm going to go into, I think I'm going to go into Big Feelings and Cotton Candy. Or actually, I'm going to use Cotton Candy because Ruffles was a bit more of a sheer shade. So let's start off with Cotton Candy first. I don't think I've ever used this brush. It's massive. I'm a little bit shook. Spray it with the Milani setting spray. Ooh, that's so pretty. This is a massive, like, paddle brush. Almost feels like you're using your fingers to apply the shadow. Cotton Candy is the perfect name for this. So cute. I think I might use my finger to deepen it up, but I'm going to go into Big Feelings really quick with this brush. Give it a spray, and I'm just going to pop it on the outer edge where I applied Spooky. And now I'm going to use my finger with Cotton Candy. Pretty. And now I'm going to go back into my BK Beauty Hot and Flashy brush and just add a little bit more of that matte shade to the outer corner. And then I'm going to grab my Blend Bunny brush and go into Rosy Cheeks again and just going to help blend. I have these ColourPop little like stencil pens. And I mean, since the palette is called Sickly Sweet, I'm like, let me just put some hearts and stars everywhere, you know? Why not? I better stop before it gets like a little too out of control. But since it's a mix of like pastels and darks, that was kind of fun. The heart is harder to see, but I love the little stars. That was so cute. I was looking through my eyeliners to try and find a pastel pink, but I decided to go with a white liner instead. So I'm just using the BH one because I like that one a lot. I'm going to use a pencil brush from Sigma and go into Rosy Cheeks again. That's that pink shade that we used on the crease. And I'm just going to run that all along the waterline. And then I'm going to take Spooky and just run it on the edge here just to connect the two shades. And I'm just taking Spooky on the lower lash line and blending it up into the outer corner just to make it flow. But it's done, so I'm just gonna put on some mascara, find some blush, highlighter. I think I'm gonna use my Hourglass palette for that. Throw on a lippy, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. Okay, friends, so here is the finished look. Let me know what you think. How do you like it? I definitely had a lot of fun pairing pinks and purples together. Now let me tell you really quick what is on my face. So for the lip shade, I did decide to use the Blend Bunny shade in, oh my gosh, Runaway, I think. It's like a really deep, deep chocolatey brown. And then, of course, I've been wearing my Makeup Forever foundation and concealer, Milk makeup powder. I did use the Cali Ray setting spray today. And then for the powder, I used the Huda Beauty. This is the new Easy Bake and Snatch powder. And then for bronzer and highlight and blush, I did use the Hourglass Snake palette. I just got this and it's $90, so I'm gonna wear it as much as I possibly can. So yeah, that is the look. And I'm gonna do another look with this palette, so let's get into that. Okay, so for the second look, I think I want to base it off of like these two shades. So let's see what I can put together with that. Okay, so I got a Sonia G brush and I'm going to go into the shade Morose. And I'm going to start off with the darker shades this time around and just pop that in the outer corner. Ooh, that's a pretty color. It's like a muted navy kind of shade. And this time around, I decided to use my Sigma eyeshadow primer that I use with all my looks because I was curious. The first look I did, I used the NYX SFX primer in a white shade so that the colors would pop. I tend to do that sometimes with pastels, but I wanted to see if this would do okay with just my everyday eyeshadow base. So that worked out beautifully. Nice and pigmented and opaque. Next, I'm going to grab this brush from What's Up Beauty and I'm going to go into the shade called Glow Stick, which is a really pretty like spearmint shade. And I'm just going to pop that on the inner corner. That is so pretty. Okay, I really love how that looks. Now I want to use some of the shimmers. I think I'm going to go into the shade Sprinkles, which is a really pretty green here. Okay, so I picked up a good amount on this flat Sigma brush and we're going to start. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that color a lot. I'm going to go back into Morose and just tap on the outer corner just to help blend the green to the blue. Okay, cute. I'm going to try and not do too much because I feel like that's when things go south with me and pastels. So I'm going to keep it easy, simple, fresh. And now I'm going to throw something in the waterline so I can just do the exact same thing that I did in the crease on the lower lash line. And I will be right back. Okay, friends, so here is look number 2. What do you guys think? I really, really like this one as well as the last one. Now, if you're wondering about my earrings, these ones are also from Zara. They're part of the Barbie collection that they did. So I believe they are sold out. I don't know if I can maybe link them down below so you can sign up in case they do restock. I think I grabbed these on a restock as well. So yeah, super cute, right? I'm like really in love with these. And I have to tell you the backstory. I have these mermaid earrings that I wear surprisingly more than I ever thought I would. And they're getting a little old, so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna wear like oyster shell earrings. But I was like, you know what? It's so crazy, but I've used my mermaid earrings so much that I'm like, let me get another sea-themed set of earrings, and I thought these were so fun. I even have my Barbie and Kitsch collection claw clip up here, so yeah, I've been collecting all kinds of like Barbie collaborations. It's a little bit wild, but the movie is so fun. Let me know if you've seen it down below. I'm curious to know. But yeah, this is look number 2. Let me tell you what else I used on my face today. So for foundation, I have on the Juvia's Place. This is the Radiance foundation. I still really don't like how this one smells. Oh my gosh, it drives me bananas. But I wanted to use it just to see how I liked it because I haven't used it in a while. Milk Makeup Primer. My concealer today is the Smashbox Halo Healthy Glow Concealer. I have on the bronzer and the highlight from the Hourglass Snake palette. I have the Gucci blush on. This is in the shade, what is this called? Intense Plum. Super pretty, kind of like a reddish purpley shade. Also on the Hourglass, I have been seeing people posting that there is a 20% off coupon. If I can find it, I will link it down below for you guys in case you're interested in it. And then Tower 28 mascara. I've been really enjoying this one. And for my lip shade, I really like this. It's ColourPop Toast. And it's like a really pretty brown shade, and I love the undertone. It's like warm but not overly like terracotta looking. So really, really enjoy that as well. So yeah, this is look number 2. As always, let me know, vote for your favorite look. If you like the purpley pink look, put a purple heart down below. And if you like this green blue look, you can use a green heart down below and let me know which one is your favorite. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some comparisons because I told you guys I grabbed all of my Blend Bunny palettes. I need more bookshelves in the worst way because my collection is so like wild right now and I don't have the shelf space to store all of my palettes together. I need to do some rearranging in here. Anyway, let's start off with the All Done Up palette. So I'm not saying any of these are like dupes or anything. I just wanted to show them to you side by side so that in case you're like contemplating any of these, I really love the All Done Up palette, and it's like one of the smaller palettes that Blend Bunny did. And then this is Lure, which is also like a mermaidy palette, and it kind of just reminds me of this color story as well with that like pastel-y row. Lure is so beautiful, one of my favorites from Blend Bunny. Okay, so you can actually do a neutral look with the Sickly Sweet, so I'm just going to show you their last palette, Forget Me Not, next to the Sickly Sweet palette. And then we have Sugar and Grunge, which is another gradient palette with some of those pastel shades as well. And then we have the Dollhouse palette, which is like their more neutrally eyeshadow palette. We've got the Surge palette, which is more of like a neon palette, which I believe is now discontinued. No, it's not this one. This one is running low. I think they said they won't be able to stock it for much longer. And Primal is the one that got discontinued. Sorry. This is definitely more of those like jewel tone shades. And then, of course, the OG Blend Bunny palette. I have to show you guys the blends next to the Sickly Sweet palette. If you guys hear screams or somebody on the phone, my husband's working and my daughter is upstairs with her babysitter, but I hope you guys enjoyed those comparisons. So like I said, I feel like I'm overly harsh with myself when I wear pastels because I just don't prefer pastels. But this palette is beautiful. I love both of the looks I created. And I think that since I use them the way I know they work, like I didn't try to use too many shades. That's one of the big tips with pastels for me. And always try to like press them in instead of blending. And so I tried to use more domey brushes so that I can like really press the shadows in. So those are just like 2 tips that I've learned along the way. But I had so much fun with this palette. It's definitely not like a need palette. but I just wanted to say that it is a beautiful option for a pastel palette, especially if you are tan or maybe even a deeper skin tone, so that you have those dark shades. Of course, even like fair medium skin tones, I think people do like having those deep shades. I say it in every single pastel palette I review that I wish the palette had a deepening up shade. I wish the palette had a black shade just so I could darken stuff up, just because that's my preference. But I think, of course, Maggie took all the feedback she received and created a beautiful palette. Now, this palette was originally supposed to launch on Friday, but it's gonna launch on the 28th instead, I think Maggie said. And I think it makes perfect sense that Friday is just like a launch heavy day, so she decided to move it up to Thursday. And she also said that they're just moving the dates because there's a lot of stuff launching on Friday. She's got plenty of the palette in stock. She said, don't worry, don't feel pressure to buy it because you're worried it's gonna sell out. And I think that's really kind of her as a brand owner to be aware of that. I just wanted to mention, I am a Blend Bunny affiliate, of course. I have a code. If you use KHMAKEUP at checkout, you will save some money. Thank you so much in advance if you use my code. Anytime you guys use my code, it helps me out because I do make commission on pretty much all of my codes, and then I can put it back into my channel. Anything that I want to buy for my channel, any makeup I want to review. So it really, really helps me out, and I thank you guys. I think that's everything I wanted to go over in this video. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday, a great start to your week, and I will see you in another video very, very soon. Bye, guys!